Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Jett Cloud podcast. There's been some really good things going on in the news lately. I mean, besides the ignorance, and we all know ignorance is a bliss, you just can't convert some people to be good, fair people. It's just not in them. Here in Georgia, we just voted in our first black and first Jew to Congress. It's amazing, y'all. It's a milestone. It's a blessing. It's long overdue. The housing market is at an all time low. Interest rates right now, from what I'm hearing, are as low as they've been since BC times. Like, seriously, before Christ. I'm joking, but interest rates are very low right now. It is the perfect time to purchase a home or refinance your current home. And some stocks are really holding their own these days. As well, I personally know some people that have been saving and really keeping a close eye on their spending habits. Like people that have never even considered saving before are now at least giving it a thought. Even if they're not saving right now, they got that thought in their mind, and sometimes all you need is a thought to grow something. And for those of you that have already started saving and have noticed the difference, I want to say that I know you feel good. Like, you just can't help but feel good when you're in this type situation. This is a good feeling. It's a feeling of you headed in the right direction. It's a feeling of financial freedom. I want to thank you guys for the emails and for your DMs. The interaction and the exchanges of information is great. I love it. Today, we'll be discussing dividends and how they can be beneficial. In the stock market, there are several ways to make your money. You can make money by your stock prices going up or by selling and receiving dividends from a company that pays dividends. You have to do your homework on the different types of dividends and what each offer to see which is the best route for you. There are stock, cash, liquidating, and property dividends. And also, always think about your overhead. No matter what situation you're in, always think about your overhead. If you can buy straight from a company that has minimum overhead fees, like that's the best way to go. Because if you buy through a broker, they normally charge fees and a commission. Some don't, but most do. But dividends accounts are tried and true. There are people that live solely on their dividend payouts, and the rest of their earnings are saved. If you want to invest your money and earn dividends, you have to make sure that the company you choose to invest in actually pays dividends. Dividends are payments from a company that you connect with to you, the shareholder. Dividends are payments that are paid to you. You're the shareholder from a company that you connect with, a company that pays dividends. Dividends can be paid as a one time thing or as a constant income by a check in the mail. This is paid from the company's profit, and it's based on how many stock shares you own. These dividends are typically paid quarterly. So if you hold a stock all year, you'll get 4 quarterly dividends during the year, or you could get a payout once a year. I personally prefer once a year because it just works more toward your savings goal. But keep in mind, not all companies pay dividends. So you have to do your research before you start investing if receiving a dividend payment is important to you. A dividend is the distribution of a company's earnings to some of their shareholders. Most dividends are cash dividends, cash payments that are paid to you on a per share basis. For example, if a company pays a dividend of 20 cents per share and you have 20 shares, then you would receive a check or cash for $20. The alternative method of paying dividends is in the form of giving you additional stock shares to pretty much reinvest your dividends. And that's a great way to go. To calculate what you will get, you multiply how many shares of that stock you owned by the dividend date times the dividend amount. To calculate what you will get, you will multiply how many shares of that stock you already own by the dividend date. You will multiply that times the dividend amount. The date of ownership is important, y'all. Dates are important. For example, if the dividend date is January 12, 2021, if you buy the stock before January 12, you will get the dividend. However, if you buy the stock on January 12 or after, you will not get the dividend payout. So, if you already own if you already own 100 shares of stock on the dividend date and the company is paying a $2 dividend, you will just multiply 100 times the $2 to equal the $200 dividend payment that you will get. Or if you owned 50 shares, your payout would be $100. Now, in strategy, you do want to look at which company pays the higher dividend. Of course you do. But that's not always the best formula because the dividends pay out based on percentages. The dividend payout is based on percentages. So, different stocks have different prices. You have to do your homework in that area. Let's say, for example, a $5 dividend. Okay, so a $5 dividend sounds better than a $2 dividend payout. It naturally sounds better to us. Yes, $5 sounds better than $2. But if the $5 dividend is paid on a $100 stock percentage and the $2 dividend is paid on a $10 stock percentage, then of course the $2 dividend would earn you the higher return. Also, remember to ask the tax rules. Always stay up to date and focused on your tax rules. And save money. This will definitely save you money by avoiding any tax traps. If you buy dividend stocks between the dividend date and the distribution date, not if you buy them before. If you already own it on the dividend date, you get the payout and you're safe. We pay taxes on everything, but you avoid paying unnecessary taxes. If you buy the dividend stocks between the dividend date and the distribution date, you will not get the payout. And you will have to pay more on your taxes. At the end of the day, all you have to do is do a little planning, because earning dividends and reinvesting your dividends for additional stock shares can be a very profitable retirement theme. This can be very profitable for your retirement. As I mentioned earlier, people are living solely off of their benefits. We don't always think about retirement, thinking that, oh, that's too far away. Then, when that time comes, you find yourself stuck in a tight money situation. Don't be stuck, y'all. Stay invested. Guys, we'll touch more on dividends at a later time. If you're on Instagram, you should follow me at Jett_Cloud and click on the link in my Instagram bio to check out Cloud Eagle Enterprise, where you can find some pretty inspiring buys. These are products that I personally like to keep some of them around to keep my energy vibrating at a top level, because y'all know these fools out here, they will test your character. So you always want to have certain things that remind you, one, that you're in a safe place, and two, to remind you of your mission. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications so that you'll get alerts when I post new feeds. I'm also available on your favorite podcast platforms. I post every Monday night, and the links are listed in the description. You can also reach me at jettcloudpodcast@gmail.com. JETTCLOUD podcast@gmail.com. Until next time, stay invested. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Jett Cloud podcast.